Reaction is pouring in now that the province has unveiled details about how it plans to regulate recreational pot. Haley Wooden with Business in Vancouver is joining us now. Haley, what are you hearing from the business community?
I think the first thing to note is this isn't coming as a big surprise. It was widely expected that we'd see some form of a mixed public-private distribution model. Generally speaking, the reaction seems to be fairly favorable, interpreting this as a first step in generally the right direction, although there do remain some concerns. I think a lot of businesses in the cannabis space would like the ability to sell directly to consumers. The door is open to that under the private piece of this proposed model, but there still remain some questions, namely how restrictive regulations are going to be and how easy or how difficult effectively it's going to be for these companies to sell directly to consumers. We'll get more details on that as time goes on, but generally speaking, I think the reaction is fairly positive, at least from the perspective that we have more clarity around what legalized recreational marijuana might look like here in BC.
For sure. And Haley, I'm just wondering, now that we have an idea that they're planning to go for a public-private partnership, do we know what that's going to mean for existing businesses that are already, in business here in Vancouver?
That's an excellent question, and no, that's the short answer to it. What's going to happen to producers and dispensaries in Vancouver has been a question on many people's minds, and that still remains to be figured out. Federally, the door was left open to that question. That's going to be thrown, I think, in part to the provinces as well as the municipalities. And we are starting to see different municipalities figure out different regulations to this. So it could be a bit of a patchwork scenario, but no direction just yet from the province on that piece.
All right. And also Hudson's Bay releasing some new numbers as we get into the holiday season. I know other retailers are struggling. How is this company doing?
Unfortunately, it's the same goes for HBC. They've been struggling with their same-store sales. They've declined for the last 6 straight quarters, and this third quarter of 2017, unfortunately, no exception. Sales down 3.2%, and they had a larger than expected loss of $243 million, or $1.33 a share. Now that has almost doubled year over year, so not the trend you want to see if you're a retailer in this space. Now, HBC did note that it was impacted in Texas, Florida, Puerto Rico, areas affected by hurricanes, so its location saw slower foot traffic and deeper discounts. But generally speaking, it's also just operating in a really challenging retail environment. It has its attention. It is making deals to try and boost its bottom line. Today announced an equity investment deal of $500 million, so that will help. Also turning its attention to automating certain elements of its business and focusing too on e-commerce. But it has not been a great quarter for HBC. We'll see if things turn around, though, for the holiday shopping season, which really is the quarter for retailers.
It sure is. Haley, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.